Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB plus 3. Those plus 3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at plus 2 at the moment. You can back and playlist to find them. And today's spell is Protection from Poison.
This is what happens when you drink the new Grimace Shake from McDonald's. But why?
Second level abjuration, casting time of 1 action, range of touch, components verbal, somatic, duration 1 hour. You touch a creature. If it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than 1 poison afflicts the target, you neutralize 1 poison that you know is present, or you neutralize 1 at random. For the duration, the target has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and it has resistance to poison damage. I was getting ready to harp on it. I was getting ready. Second level feels a little steep, as funny as that sounds, because it's... Because even as we joke about the poison spells and players using poison against enemies, well, yes, it does come up. How often does poison and the poisoned effect go against from enemies to players? Now, if it comes up in your games a lot, oh man, this is an amazing spell. But if it doesn't, though every court mage, if a similar class can pick it up, is going to have this. I mean, if the king's poisoned, someone's poisoned, some noble's dying, run in, cast this, it's stopped. Because even if you don't know the poison, it still gets rid of at least 1. So if they're affected by multiple poisons, you have to know which one you're trying to stop, which honestly might, world building wise, that also might bring up an incentive to purposely make cocktails of poisons. So one's super lethal, one's only a minor sickness. When someone runs up with this spell, you better hope it's the correct one. Though depending on the level of the spellcaster, they could just cast this multiple times. Resistance to poison damage? Okay, again, how often does poison damage come up in your games? But if you're going against a green dragon, that's resistance without concentration. And on multiple target, because it's not concentration, that's for an hour you have resistance against. Oh, I'm sorry, your entire breath weapon, I'm taking half damage from that. With a second level spell. The whole party. Then advantage on the saving throw against the poison condition, which is alright. Alright. Ooh, sorry, not the poison condition, but being poisoned in the first place. So that includes any effect that would also then deal damage, poison damage after a save. That's not that bad, because that's a weird thing. It's like, a second level feels too steep just because poison doesn't come up that often, but when it does, and in those noble situations, this is a valuable spell. But not too much more to talk about on it, outside of the cocktail of poisons and such, and how often this would come up is the question. 8 out of 10? 7, 8? I want to give it 8 because it's just not bad. Like, it's good. It's good. It's a resistance to a damage type, it's advantage on a save against a specific type of damage type and effect, and it entirely neutralizes one and cures something. It's a cure mixed in with a resistance, mixed in with advantage on saves. For no concentration, and lasting for an hour. Those are some really good points, and low level. Those are good points in its favor. But the fact it surrounds poison... the fact that it surrounds poison, how often does poison come up? Again, if it's an NPC, yes, you're going to pick this up. That's great. 8. I'm going with 8. Namely for the world building wise, pulling its weight, but also again that player situation. If you know you're going up against enemies that have poison attacks, you'll just laugh. You'll just laugh at them. This is so good.